Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a news video here to, in the night, done the conference finals recap, and done a video about, Nascar on Fox, so, all shows if you haven't, but I'm going to do a news video, so let's get into it. So I'm going to start with wrestling, per usual. Tony Khan says he's interested in introducing AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah, we're seeing how bad that's going on WWE. So yes, yeah, make women's tag team championships. Introducing tag titles when you can't even get your singles, women's singles division in order. Yeah, Mercedes is gonna win. Mercedes is gonna win the tag titles by herself. Is what's gonna happen. You can't even book the women's titles correctly. You can't even book the AEW women's, the TBS, the Ring of Honors. What the fuck do you think making a women's tag team championship for the company's gonna do? Yeah, I guess you could say it could be good if he books them. Well, can't even book the women's division great, so yeah, it's not gonna be well booked. Because they're probably going to give him to Mercedes. Oh yes, they totally don't have enough titles on the fucking show. So via WrestleVotes, Triple H is said to not be a big fan of the Money in the Bank prop as a whole. I don't know how to feel about this, man. There's some of them have been good, but Austin Theory, oh my god, that cash-in was terrible. He's basically been buried from the fucking start. Damian Priest was good. He had a fire cash-in. The run was terrible, but he had a good cash-in. I like Tiffany's was fine. I don't know if he can't book it or he just doesn't like it. Maybe he's just talking about the briefcase itself, you know, carrying around weekly. It doesn't say he has a problem with the idea of someone winning a title shot. It just says he has a problem with the briefcase itself as a gimmick, I guess. I mean, I guess I can see it's a bit clunky and tacky looking, and the constant cash-in edging is becoming kind of lame, I'm not going to lie, because they edge you with the cash-in and it doesn't happen. After he basically buried Austin Theory, yeah, I think we got the idea that he didn't like it, and maybe it just means as an event. I don't know, but I'm really can't say I'm surprised here. To be honest, I think maybe just talk about the briefcase. I don't know. I mean, I personally like Money in the Bank, but I guess I see it. So, WWE scheduled an episode of NXT at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia on Tuesday, August 19, 2025. Well, the significance of this comes as AEW recently announced a multiple-show residency at the arena, which will begin a week later. This was via WrestleVotes Radio Backstage Pass. So, AEW Dynamite will be there August 27th. August 30th, September 3rd, September 6th, September 11th, and September 10th and 11th for AEW Dynamite and Collision. Oh boy. Can't wait to see the fans react to this. I mean, I personally like it for both. To be honest. I don't know, I don't really watch AEW, to be honest. But both companies do play too much. But Tony did kind of run his mouth, though. So, I kind of hate the tribalism, but I mean, Tony Khan did say something like the media scrum about it, so. Hey, you poke the bear. You poke the bear, Nick Khan and WWE, you're gonna get it back, man. But I do hate the fucking tribalism, because you're going to see it all over you see it all over the app anyways. Look, I don't... tweet about AEW a lot or recapping a lot. I just kind of stay quiet about it, even in the news videos. So SmackDown will remain as a 3-hour show for the foreseeable future. Originally, the show was agreed upon to move back to 2 hours beginning in June this year, but the USA Network has been happy with the performance of the show numbers-wise with the added third hour via WrestleVotes Radio Backstage Pass. I don't get it, man. Oh yes, how about you add a 4th hour to it? I mean, 3 hours already fucking enough. Might as well just fucking add 4 hours to this shit. I'm sorry. I'm just used to SmackDown being 2 hours. The first 2 hours are fine, but the third hour just drags on. Number-wise, they're happy, but the product-wise, it's just not good for 3 hours. There's just not enough interest or big stars on SmackDown to keep me interested for the whole time. The last hour of SmackDown drags on. Might as well not give WWE any ideas. I shouldn't say 4 hours, because they might fucking do that like AEW's making their fucking Dynamite Collision show, or where the hell it is. There's just so much filler on SmackDown, dude. I can't take 3 hours. That's why I don't watch this shit live. There's so many commercials as well, and I'm not watching 3 hours. So Stephanie Vaquer is expected to join the Raw roster next month. This was first reported by Corey Hayes. Good follow on Twitter. And Monday Night Raw, it hasn't looked any better. So Karrion Kross responded to Logan Paul after he said something about his peers weren't happy about his position to be something like that. This person who believes that everyone has a problem with him, it's not about him. Anyone can be him. He's lucky he's in this era, man. And I'm not saying it's just because it's Logan Paul. It could be any. It could be any. Like celebrity that didn't do wrestling until like a few years ago. Look, he's a great athlete and he's a great wrestler, but he's a terrible guy, so he deserves the hate. And known scammer. Anyone can be him. Well, except they probably aren't a scheming piece of shit. And basically, he's understanding that people aren't happy about his position to be. Look, in the ring, he's good. He's just a bad person. John Cena explained why he was retiring. He basically said, I can't do those lifts anymore because my body's so beat up. As soon as I got through the jackpot pill of like, oh man, I'm never going to overhead press 374 pounds again, but let's work to see what the best I can for today is. It's very similar, of course, to WWE. And hopefully the rest of the farewell tour is good. But at least he knows when to call it career. Cody Rhodes talked about, what do you want to talk about podcast or whatever the fuck it is. He said, talking about Roman Reigns, boy looked good. Pause. So Metro Boomin says he would love to produce WWE theme songs. He thinks better than Def Rebel. Jim Ross, he shared his cancer surgery was a success, and he's now on the road to rehabilitation. So some good news there from Jim Ross that his surgery was a success. So John Laurinaitis has been dropped from Janelle Grant's lawsuit against WWE and Vince McMahon. Apparently, he has agreed to cooperate. As a result, he'll provide evidence against Vince McMahon / the WWE. I'm not going to say he's free of any wrongdoing. Just likely free of punishment. But you cannot cooperate, get dropped from the lawsuit, help find evidence, and then get recharged, so I don't think anything can happen. I don't think he can get charged now, because, he's dropped of the lawsuit. So the dates for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Nevada, have not... Next year are believed to not be 100% locked in. There was a rumor that Allegiant Stadium is locked in with a pretty big act that's unwilling to move on the dates that WWE are seeking for the show. So they can't announce anything yet. Nobody wants it there anyways, but I'm still sure it's going to happen. It's inevitable, man. But yeah, that's all the WWE stuff to talk about here. So let's talk about a little bit of NASCAR here. Andres Perez de Lara will drive the DGM Racing number 91 car in the Xfinity race at Mexico City. Let's go over the NASCAR schedule. Friday, 4:05 today. FS1, 4:30 track practice and 4:05 track practice qualifying, 4:30 I believe goes to FS1. The truck race at 8 p.m. It'll be a 30% chance of rain Saturday. 2:05 in the CW Epic Xfinity practice qualifying, 4:30 on Prime Cup practice and qualifying, 7:30 the Xfinity race on the CW, and then Sunday 7 p.m. on Prime the Cup race, and Saturday 10% chance of rain, Sunday 35% chance of rain. So apparently Jim France, NASCAR's co-owner and CEO, was near a deal to fund a car in an upcoming Cup Series race before backlash in the garage led him to scrap the plans. This is a story with Jeff Gluck in The Athletic. Oh boy, I wonder who the driver would be. Yeah, they need to stay far away from this. So the appeals panel, they cut the regular points penalty for Buescher and team from 60 points to 30 points. Rest of the penalty remains, the loss of 5 playoff points, 2 race suspension of the crew chief, which is already served, a $75,000 fine to the team. So decision moves him from 36 points behind the playoff cut line to 6 points behind. So good break there. And apparently the NASCAR modified rulebook on vehicle weight as far as driver weight. Driver weight determines minimum vehicle weight or something like that. They updated their rulebook or where the fuck it is. So the first ever NASCAR Cup race exclusively streamed on Prime. The Coke 600 got around 2.6 million viewers. So, talking about some NFL here, the Steelers have had trade talks with multiple teams with the focus of adding an offensive playmaker per Schultz report. Pittsburgh has a plethora of draft capital and seem motivated to make another trade. It's almost like they had maybe they could get George Pickens. Oh, wait. Maybe they could have George Pickens. Oh, wait, they did before they traded him. Per report, the Dolphins have had trade talks with the Steelers regarding Pro Bowl tight end Johnny Smith per Adam Schefter, Pro Bowl tight end. His preference is stay in Miami. He wants a reworked contract. Steelers don't need him. Bengals star pass rusher, per report, Trey Henderson, could be willing to miss games and even the entire 2025 season if his contract demands are not met. He's extremely dug in on his demands. I guess the offense is all they care about if they're not going to give him a contract. But yeah, it's a few little NFL things. Not a lot, but there's a few little things there. Johnny Smith could go to the Steelers, but he wants to stay in Miami. Steelers want to trade for another offensive playmaker, basically. So yeah. So talking about a little NBA in the video. The Chicago Bulls, they're looking to trade Nikola Vucevic per Mako Hoops. Well, this is shocking. Oh yeah, they'll end up not trading him. So Chandler Parsons, he says Jalen Brunson, he's more superstar than Tyrese Halliburton. This has just been ridiculous. Halliburton's outplaying the whole series. And Stephen A. Smith, he still ain't ready to call Tyrese superstar. Need to see more consistency before getting that kind of label. More consistency? Yeah, y'all be acting like Stephen A's word matters, man. Austin Reeves is expected to test the free agent market. Next summer could be seeking a starting salary of $30 million per year. Pfft, yeah, right. I mean, he took a huge jump this season, but he hasn't played well in the playoffs. Darius Garland and Jared Allen are not considered untouchable in Cleveland. Jackson Hayes reportedly wasn't thrilled with his role in the Lakers toward the end of the season. He is expected to stay there. He's not a good player. What does he expect? The Clippers are expected to show interest in Drew Holiday. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Knicks and Pacers averaged 7.09 million viewers on TNT/True TV, making the most watched Eastern Conference Finals since Cavs Hawks in 2015. Windhorst on Kevin Durant. I'm like 98% sure he's not going to be a Sun next year. I don't think it's comes any by surprise. Greeny said Jalen Brunson has single-handedly dragged a very average team to the conference finals. What's he talking about? Average team. Colin Coward said SGA has a true alpha like Jason Tatum. Charlotte Hornets official Lane Jackson Hayes, per Bovada official. Pedeo face. Paul George talked about Tyrese Halliburton. He's the face of the NBA. Is what he said. I mean, I don't know, man, who the face of the NBA is, honestly. But yeah, that's all to say for tonight. For the news tonight. So until next time, have a peace, leave a like, subscribe for more on that shit, and I'll see you tomorrow.